Hey everybody, Gamer Grampz here. New to Diablo 3? Been away for a while and need help taking the rust off? Or maybe you can't find anybody worthwhile to start your season with. Relax, we got you. The title says it all. We're gonna take you through a season start, step by step, until even you think it's as simple as shit. 3 hours and 17 minutes was a lot of gameplay to get through, so check the comments section below. There's links so you can jump through the video as easily as it's gonna be for you to level solo after watching this. What are you waiting for? Let's get balls deep into the basics. First tip, go complete a challenge rift right after you make your seasonal tune. You get a goodie bag with a bunch of shit like 475 blood shards, 10 death breaths, something like 4.5 million gold. Just consider it your official season starter kit. No matter what character you choose to play with, this is pretty easy to do with a little bit of practice. The damage increase from stealing your follower's weapon will be more than enough for you to knock off either Zoltan or Magda on master difficulty. You'll get a quick jump to around level 3 or 4, plus the diabolic chest for completing their bounty. Another small tip is to watch your level up bar. Try to time it out so you get your level ups when your tune is close to any nearby enemies. The burst of light will cause some serious damage, at least for the first 10 or so levels. Another trick to remember is equipping a pet right away. Doesn't matter which one, they all pick up gold for you automatically, which believe it or not does save a lot of time. Remember to upgrade your follower as you gain levels and get equipment. Every little bit helps. We're going to be jumping into the Fields of Misery and start stacking our massacre bonuses. No secret sauce here, just get out there and start killing. You want to stay constantly moving as much as you can. Certain classes are easier to do this with, but it can be done no matter what tune you play with. There's certain bounties in the game that are worth keeping an eye out for. This here isn't a bounty, but a little event that can spawn in the Fields of Misery. Only worth doing if you're under level 15 though. After that, just craft your own gear at the blacksmith. Got some gear there, now back to the business of chasing those kill streaks. I'll be the first to admit that it does take a little bit of practice. I mean, I've played the game since vanilla was launched, and even I'm rusty when I first come back. The main thing is just to constantly stay on the move. Keep killing and hunting for new monsters to kill as best you can. You don't actually have to kill something to keep the streak alive, just land a hit on something new. Once you hit level 7, you can head back to town to search for a certain ring that's going to give you a huge damage boost. I personally don't rush straight to this. I normally finish up clearing out whatever map I'm on when I pass level 7. You know, unless I just happen to have started clearing that map, then beeline back to town. The vendors you're looking for are the ones that say The Fence in their names. You can find them in Acts 1, 2, 5, and 3 and 4, but both those acts are the same though, so don't look at them separately. It's worth creating new games until you find the specific ring you're hunting, which is a Ring of Wounding. It has plus 2 to 4 base damage and gives a huge boost at this low character level. Grab yourself 2 of these beauties and get back to grinding as fast as you can. The Fields of Misery are a great place to get kill streaks, but not the only one. Another favorite of mine is the Runes of Corvus in Act 5. This is especially true when I'm leveling on hardcore because I find mobs in this map are fairly safe to kill. I've definitely run into problems getting one-shotted by a big group of the goats who throw spears when leveling in the Fields of Misery. The Halls of Agony in Act 1 is another good place to check out. Personally, I enjoy the Runes of Secheron too over in Act 3. I mean, if you have to get your cube at some point, why not take care of it when you're leveling solo? Doing this can be just as fast, if not faster, than leveling with groups once you've got the hang of it. I just feel it's not as fun. If I'm leveling this way, I like to spice things up a bit and bounce between different maps as I go. Here's one of the bounties I mentioned that can be a nice boost when leveling up. Believe it or not, beating the bounty doesn't even really matter. It's just icing on the cake. We're after the kill streak, and we're gonna get what we came for. If you're trying this as a witch doctor, remember level 12. Jump into your skills and equip Haunt as soon as you hit it. I personally put it on my left click, but it's a matter of personal preference. The mana cost is so low you can spam it without worrying too much. Staying on the Witch Doctor for a minute, the passives aren't really important at this point. From 1 to 70, it's not really life or death. Really, it's just a matter of your personal playstyle. If there's enough interest in this, I'd consider doing a whole series on leveling as a Witch Doctor, where I dive deeper into skills and playstyles, so comment down below if you find that useful. Alright, level 15, time to get a sick damage boost. As soon as you level, and I mean as soon as you hit 15, get your butt back to town. Head straight to Hedrig, or Hadrig or whatever, and craft yourself a two-handed sword. The damage boost is disgusting. You ideally want a base damage modifier plus an increase to your core stat. If you don't get one in your first try or two, take the best you have and re-roll it at the Mystic. Once your weapon is crafted, jump straight up to at least Master difficulty. You want to go as high as you can while still killing effectively. Here's one of those bounties I said to keep an eye out for, the Cursed Cellar in Act 1. It's great when you're under level 15 because you get the chests, but that's just a bonus. What we're after is the Killstreak bonus experience. Up to 21, we're starting to pick up the pace. This is really important for Witch Doctors because we get access to Locust Swarm for the first time. Throw this baby on your skill bar, just trust me. Every character class has certain skills like these which boost your speed significantly. Do some research or just use your favorites. There's no right or wrong way to play Diablo as long as you're enjoying yourself. Another tip that's pretty common knowledge is to socket a ruby in your helm as soon as one drops. You always want your best ruby in your helm so you get the most bonus experience. Also, keep an eye out for items that give you bonus experience per kill. This really adds up. Bonus experience per kill is worth more than any stat bonus in softcore leveling other than damage if you ask me. I honestly personally choose items with bonus experience over better items as long as the damage increase is less than about 10%. Between 5 and 10 I really think about it, but under 5 I'll pick an item with experience over anything. Level 27 is huge for Witch Doctors. We unlock the Pestilence rune for Locust Swarm. If you don't know, it makes the Locust Swarm automatically spread just like Haunt does. Take my word for it, you're gonna want this baby on your skill bar until you hit 70. We got set up with Pestilence, so let's take our tune for a test drive. So far, so good. "61 kills? We can do better than that, can't we?" Yep, we sure can. Hit level 32 as a Witch Doctor. I'd suggest trying out Soul Harvest if you're not using it already. The Languish skill rune gives you some good tankiness. Another quick tip is you can also roll for plus armor on gear you're using, since it directly gets boosted by this rune. Here's another one of those bounties to watch out for, the Cursed Chapel in Act 4. Just kidding, not about the Cursed Chapel being good, but here's another bounty that gives a nice bump in experience, the Jar of Souls. In Act 1, by the way. The Killstreak experience in either of these options is usually good for at least one guaranteed level. At least up until you're in the mid-60s range, that's when obviously it's not gonna boost you up that high. Alright, so we've reached 34. It's time for our Blood Shard Bonanza. Different characters have different gear that unlocks, and you can roll for with a good chance of getting it at certain levels. Yeah, that was a mouthful. We're doing Witch Doctor here, so I chose level 34 because we're trying to get a belt. You have a 25% chance to roll either a Bukuli Jungle Wraps, Belt of Transcendence, or Haunting Girdle at this point. Normally, Haunting Girdle is trash, but it would be perfect if you could manage to get your hands on one while leveling. As you can see, we weren't so lucky. Every character has legendary items that boost damage so significantly that it's worth changing your leveling plan around. At last, level 40. Not 70, but it's almost
Are
just
you
as important.
listening?
If you take anything away from this video, take this tip. This is why it's so important to take the time to complete your challenge rift to get the materials from the goodie bag at the start of the season. Head to Hadrig and start crafting level 70 two-handed weapons. It doesn't really matter which one, I just picked a staff. The important thing you're hunting for is a crowd control ability in the secondary stats. So fear, freeze, stun, you get the point. Having this rolled on an item gives you a way better chance of getting reduced level requirement. And that's the real mod we're after. This actually used to be popular a long time ago, but then Blizzard nerfed it. But they did bring it back in Season 12, so take advantage while it's still here. You can roll up to minus 30 levels off of an item. Don't re-roll too many times though, since the price jumps pretty quickly. I usually try 2 or 3 times before just crafting a new item and trying again. Generally though, if I get anything rolled 20 or above, I put the first one aside and keep it as a backup before trying a bit more. I hope you're enjoying the video. Just remember, sharing is caring, everybody. It'd mean a lot to me if you take a quick second to share, like, or leave a comment on the video below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't gotten around to it yet. Thanks again. Now let's bounce back balls deep. Alright, we got our badass weapon equipped, and now we're finally gonna take our swing at Torment 6. You'll find out pretty quickly when the boost from your weapon is losing power. Just drop the difficulty down and keep going. I personally jump into a rift for this, but feel free to keep using massacre bonuses if you want. Personal preference, really. After the rift is done, I usually jump back to chasing kill streaks. But you get the point by now. Personal preference. Just have fun, and who the fuck cares? There's not much more to say really, just rinse and repeat until level 70. Lower the difficulty as needed and keep grinding it out. Well, we made it, and hopefully you found this helpful. Let me know in the comments if there's other things you're struggling with, and I'd be happy to make more content, or just answer it point blank if it's a specific question. Thanks again. Thanks for watching my video. If you made it this far, you're definitely a sucker for punishment. Here's a couple of videos you might like, but if you check the description below, I have links to the channels that I find enjoyable. I mean, hey, if you've lasted this long, there's a good chance you're gonna like them too.